And we welcome you on into Little Fenway for a Monday morning matchup between two of the best teams in the SFCBL North. It's the Boca Raton Blazers hosting the Boynton Beach Buccaneers here in Delray Beach, Florida. Thank you so much for taking the time and tuning in on the Boca Raton Blazers YouTube channel. As this one gets underway, of course, the Blazers in their home ballpark at Little Fenway. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0, and we are underway. That's in the zone for a strike, 1-1. One pitch finds a zone, 1-2. Less than 10 days remaining in this SFCBL regular season. 6 days away from the All-Star game. It'll be on the upcoming Sunday. The 1-2. Curveball is driven to right center field, ranging over under it, and making the catch in center field is D'Alessandro for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder from Lehigh University, number 8, Ryan Cochran.
Ryan Cochran steps in the box with one out and nobody on. First pitch to him's in there for a strike, 0-1. On the mound starting for the Boca Raton Blazers is Caden Rothbaum. He's a native of Delray Beach. Very familiar with this ballpark. This season he's got a 12 ERA through 11 1/3 innings pitch coming out of the game, and the 0-1 to him. This is a little bit low and inside, 1-1. Cochran batting .300 this year, 15.450. Curveball drops in there for a strike. Some nasty movement that time from Rothbaum. 1-2. That pitch is popped up, foul ground on the right side. So Frayne under it, but it pops in and out of his mitt right off screen. And the count remains 1-2 with one out. New life for Cochran. And usually the problem is finding the baseball over there by the dugout down the first base line, but so Frayne got exactly to where he needed to be and didn't squeeze it. Still a 1-2 count.
Yeah, 1-2.
Some confusion with the count there between the batter and the pitcher, but it is a 1-2 count. That one is base hit to left field. Cochran makes a hard turn at first. He's going for second. The ball's bobbled by D'Alessandro in center, so he's in there safely. Never thought twice about taking the extra bag was Cochran around first. So with one out now, there's a runner on second base. Up to bat now is Frankie Romand. And Rothbaum's pitch catches the low and outside corner, 0-1. And that'll miss for ball one, 1-1. The rest of the lineup for the Buccaneers, it goes Romand, who's in the box now, then laid off, followed by Drew Knight, then Leach, Lopez, Brown, Dunnigan, and Bozak. All facing the starting pitcher, Caden Rothbaum, for the Boca Raton Blazers as the lefty sets and delivers the 1-1. That'll find the zone, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is a curveball that catches the inside corner, called strike 3. As Romand is down looking for the second out of the inning.
Extra hitter from New Jersey Tech, number 4, Cade Laidhoff.
Cade Laidhoff now steps in the box. 2 outs and still a runner in scoring position for the Boynton Beach Buccaneers. One and 0. That one misses inside. 2-0. Next pitch misses high. 3-0 count. For Laidhoff this season, batting .362, 21 for 58 with 14 RBIs. The 3-0 at a miss inside to put runners on first and second and 2 outs.
First baseman from Mount St. Vincent, number 6, Drew Knight.
Blazers are in second place in the SFCBL North when you look at their win percentage. Things change when it comes to playoff seeding, however. As the Buccaneers are actually above the Blazers when it comes to playoff seeding as it stands now. Pitch misses low, 1-0. Bucks are 500 on the season, 17-17. They've played more games than anybody in 2023. The 1-0 is popped up, straight back, and out of play, 1-1. For the Blazers, they're 16-13. So yes, they are above 500, but they have less wins and less games played. That jumps the Buccaneers over them for seeding. And the 1-1 called strike on the outside corner. 1-2. As Drew Knight has to bounce back and battle back in this at-bat. He's behind 1-2 with 2 outs. Couple of runners on. And the pitch. Popped him up left field. Ranging over is Clark. He's under it. But instead cutting over is D'Alessandro to make the catch in dead left field to end the top of the first. For the bottom half of the inning we go. The Blazers are coming to bat here live at Little Fenway. And to the top of the second we go. Buccaneers coming to bat in a tie ball game, still scoreless. Tyler Leach now steps into the box to square off against starting pitcher Rothbaum. As that one's grounded to the left side, it's a fair ball. The throw across the diamond's a high one. It's going to get over the head of Sofrain and bounce off the dugout. Rounding first and going to second will be Leach. And he's an instant scoring opportunity at second.
Shortstop from Stetson University, number 32, Nelfi Lopez.
Nelfi Lopez now steps into the box. It's going to be a flat E5, allowing Leach not only to be safe, but to get to second. That one's grounded up the middle for a base hit. D'Alessandro fields it at center, throws it home, and it's cut down by Sofrain, but that's going to allow Lopez to go to second. So the Buccaneers strike first. 1-0 Bucks.
University, number 35, Andrew Brown.
As the road team gets ahead early. A bit of sloppy defense there on both sides, because when Sofrain cut across to cut the ball off, he pretty much just knocked it down. Didn't field it cleanly, and that was what allowed Lopez to go to second base. So still nobody out, but one run across. Buccaneers lead. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. In the box, Andrew Brown, ground ball to shortstop. Yacome's there, throws to first. It's in time for the first out of the inning. And Yacome's had some troubles there at shortstop as of late.
College, number 12, Jake Dunnigan.
It's got to feel good for him to get his first ground out under his belt and the captain in the infield. One down. Moving from second to third was Lopez. First pitch misses low and outside from Rothbaum, 1-0. In the box now for the Bucks, it's Jake Dunnigan. He's from Cypress, Texas. The 1-0 is waved at and missed. The off-speed that time fooled Dunnigan. As Rothbaum evens the count at 1-1. One pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-2. And 1-2 count, 1 out. The pitch is looped behind third base. That's going to be a bloop single, and a run's going to come across the plate. 2-0 Buccaneers on top after the RBI single from Dunnigan.
Second baseman from Fairleigh Dickinson University, number 7, J.R. Bozek.
J.R. Bozek now digs in with a runner on first base and 1 out. Pitch from Rothbaum is popped up center field. Under it, D'Alessandro. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Left fielder from Concord University, number 3, M.J. Hunter.
Brings M.J. Hunter into the box for the Buccaneers. Still a runner on with 2 down. First pitch, the ground ball found on the third base line, 0-1. So this is the only game of the day for the Boca Raton Blazers. They'll have what'll feel like a half day off when you start the game at 9 a.m. You feel like you have all the time in the world afterwards. However, for the Buccaneers, that pitch is outside, 1-1. For the Buccaneers, they'll be playing the Palm Beach Extreme at 6 p.m. today at Spanish River High School. That pitch is fouled straight back, 1-2. So Rothbaum trying to get out of the inning. 2 runs across so far, trying to keep it that way. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. As Rothbaum sets and he deals. Cut on it, missed. Hunter down swinging, and that will end the top of the second. Blazers coming to bat up next. They trail 2-0. Back here at Little Fenway, 2-0 Bucks as Jack Clark steps into the box. He was at bat when Pip Smalley got gunned down trying to steal second. So he's a fresh at bat, and the first pitch he looks at misses low, 1-0. 1-0 is driven found on the right field line, and that one's going to be lost in the trees and the dump over the fence. Blazers find themselves with a little bit of work to do, trailing 2-0 as their bats get back on the field as that one catches the outside corner. 1-2 now the count. Likas shakes off the first sign and the second sign. He goes for option number 3. And the pitch is fouled down the first base line, staying alive. And another 1-2 from Likas. Driven on the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is a fair ball. Clark's going to round first base and go for extra bases. The throw comes on in. It's being cut off, and Jack Clark is in there safely with a leadoff double.
Extra hitter from Gardner-Webb University, number 6, Chris McKenna.
That brings up Chris McKenna to bat with a runner on second and nobody out. Chance to do some damage here for the Blazers and answer back quickly after falling behind 2-0. And Legus's first pitch misses a little bit low to McKenna, 1-0. For more info on the SFCBL, go to our website, southfloridacollegiateleague.com, or you can go to our social media at SFCBL_official. Call and strike on the outside corner, 1-1. You can also listen to the SFCBL Triple Play podcast weekly to receive added coverage on this season. And the most recent episode, it was the 2023 Draft Special with President Vince Farfaglia explaining where do you expect some SFCBL alum to be drafted. Already saw one alum from this very team, Boynton Beach Buccaneers, drafted last night to the Angels, Nolan Scanuel. And the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Of course, the draft continues on. Today is actually the All-Star game, believe it or not. Kind of snuck up on me this year. Two-two count. That pitch is waved at and missed. And down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Second baseman from Adelphi University, number 3, C.J. Picone.
C.J. Picone steps into the box. Second baseman for the Blazers. He's got a runner on second with one down. Strike one on the outside corner, 0-1 to Picone. Curveball catches the inside corner that time, and CJ's got to battle back. He's behind 0-2 the count with one out and a runner in scoring position. 2-0 Bucks here at Little Fenway. The 0-2. Fouled straight back. The way their schedule works, the Buccaneers have been road dogs for the entire month of July. Played a ton of home games in the first half of the month, or the first half of the season in June. But they're getting used to playing in ballparks that they do not call home, as that one's going to be inside. It's going to hit Picone, and he will take first base. But runners on first and second with one down.
Designated hitter from St. John's University, number 38, Joe Durso.
Joe Durso now steps in the box with a runner on first and second and one down. Durso is one of the many players in this league that coming from the Northeast, migrating south in, well, the off-season in South Florida really for most of the country, but for most of the SFCBL it is the in-season. Play against some of the best collegiate talent across the country, across all divisions. And the 1-0 is grounded. Diving stop made. Throw to second for one. Lopez first. Then it's going to go over everybody's head, and a run's going to come across the plate. So a fielder's choice will allow, well, the second out to be recorded, but coming across the plate is the first run of the game for the Blazers.
Right fielder from University of San Francisco, number 11, Blake Hicks.
And that throw did go into the dugout of the Buccaneers, so Durso will go to second. After putting that ball in play, allows a run to come across the plate. Deficit cut in half for Boca Raton. No RBI that time for Durso because the run came across the plate due to the E4. This is outside, 1-0. Lopez made a nice play to keep that ball in the infield. He initially saved a run that run was going to come across the plate on the E4 eventually. Waved at it, missed. 1-1 the count. Blake Pitts is in the box. Outfielder for the Blazers. Batting .211 this season. 1 for 3 against Lycus this year. And with 2 outs, the 1-1 is called a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. And we're deep enough into the season to where these batters have seen these pitchers before, and of course vice versa. Two outs and a runner on second, the 1-2. Grounded foul on the first base side. We'll do it again. One, two has popped up straight back and out of play. Can buckle up for a fun 2 weeks of baseball coming up. The dash to the playoffs. Trying to secure your seeding, trying to get into the playoffs if you're one of the teams on the outside looking in. Then you have the All-Star game on Sunday. A couple more games, and then it's playoff time, the most hectic time of year in the league. Drawing the biggest crowds and the biggest viewers. The 1-2 is popped up and out of play. So you'll definitely want to, if you don't do it yet, of course subscribe to this YouTube channel for the Boca Raton Blazers games. But what you really got to do if you haven't yet is subscribe to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League official YouTube, because that's where that All-Star game is going to be broadcasted at. That's where you're going to also get a lot of those playoff games and expect heavy viewership. The more subscribers a channel has, the more live viewers it's actually allowed to have. So you don't want to be on the outside looking in trying to get and watch those games because you're maybe 270th in line when only 269 can be allowed. That ball's grounded to first base. Stepping on the bag to end the inning is Knight. But not before. One run comes across the plate off an E4. It's 2-1. Blazers trail by 1, but the Boynton Beach Buccaneers are coming to bat in the top of the third. tell you about next half inning. Back here at Little Fenway, top of the third, as that first pitch is fouled straight back, 0-1. 2-1 Bucks over Blazers. Both teams scoring their runs in the second frame. In the box is Ryan Cochran as he looks that one outside. 1-1. Caden Rothbaum still on the mound for Boca Raton. That one catches the low and outside corner. 1-2 now. And the pitch. Just missed a little bit too tall. That high strike has been there a couple times for both pitchers so far this game, but that one was just a little bit too tall. Rothbaum, the lefty, delivers the 2-2. Curveball, that'll be called strike three as Rothbaum freezes Cochran for the first out of the inning.
Designated hitter from Rutgers University, number 2, Frankie Romand.
Frankie Romand, left-handed batter, steps in the box with 1 out, nobody on. The first pitch to him is in there for a called strike. Bumped back to the bender. Catching the outside corner. 0-1. If Rothbaum has that throughout the rest of the season, watch out the rest of the league as that one misses high. 1-1. Ground ball to first base, so Frains there. Gobbles it up, steps in the bag for the second out of the inning.
Extra hitter from New Jersey Tech, number 4, Cade Laidhoff.
Cade Laidhoff now steps into the box with 2 outs. Romand is now 0 for 2. Laidhoff walked in his first at-bat. And first pitch, swinging and missing. 0-1. Wind is blowing out to right field today. The 0-1 is grounded to shortstop as Giacome gobbles it up, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the left-hander of the Blazers. Rothbaum sends us to the bottom of the third. Blazers coming to bat here live at Little Fenway.
Number 4, Max D'Alessandro.
Center fielder Max D'Alessandro now steps in the box for the Boca Raton Blazers as we enter the bottom of the third. Bucks 2, Blazers 1. Still on the mound, Likas. As Matt Likas delivers the first pitch of the inning, it's popped up right side. Right field, under it, and making the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Likas. Making quick work of D'Alessandro. Cochran made that play.
Number 12, Jason Albert.
Jason Albert now steps in the box. The 10 batter in the order for Boca Raton. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Albert had his first home run of the season on Friday night, I believe. Actually, no, it was Thursday night. Trying to pull off a comeback versus the Snappers, the Blazers were. And the 1-0 is line left field. That's going to be trouble down the left field line. Albert is at first. He rounds the bag and is going for second. The throw comes in, but it's nonchalant, so Albert has an easy stand-up double with 1 out. Might have been a miscommunication. MJ Hunter had a chance. Albert really wasn't expecting to go for 2 initially when he rounded the bag. He was kind of pumping the brakes a little bit, but when he saw Hunter slow down in left field, he just put the foot back on the gas and trotted in easy. Yakomi now steps in the backs with the runner on second base and 1 down. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Yakomi didn't really like that call, but he's got to readjust to the strike zone and buckle back down. Tying run in scoring position for Boca Raton. Back to the top of the order. That pitch is spiked in the dirt. Albert's going to go to third base. It's actually Braden Macklin, the courtesy runner, since Albert's behind the plate today. And Braden Macklin certainly does have speed, so if this ball gets anywhere away from Leach, you might see the Louisiana native take off for home. You'll have a great view of it down that third base line. The 1-1 in the dirt, and speaking of the devil, it will be Macklin easily trotting across the plate to tie the game up at 2 runs apiece. So brand new ball game here in the bottom of the third, all tied up. And Yakomi has a 2-1 count with nobody on the base paths. Likas is 2-1. It's popped straight back and out of play, 2-2. Yakomi's 0 for 1 so far today. Two, high and inside. Full count. And the full count offering is grounded to shortstop. Gloved, the throw across the diamond is not in time. It's an infield single for Carlos Yakomi as he beat that one out. Big hustle that time for Carlos. He's on first base with 1 out.
Mississippi State University, number 29, Pitt Smalley.
Nothing more Lopez could do at shortstop. Gave it all he had, made a strong throw across the diamond, but Yakomi is just too quick. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Pip Smalley. Back in the box for the Blazers. And the 0-1 is waved at and missed. 0-2. Smalley walked on 4 pitches his first at-bat. You probably can expect to see Smalley on the All-Star team coming Sunday. It's not been announced yet, but when you're batting .500 with the sample size he has had, wouldn't be surprised as that one misses low and outside, 1-2. And with 1 out and a runner on, the 1-2 pitch is grounded third base side. They're going to try to turn 2. The throw to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Smalley replaces Yakome at first. 2 away.
First baseman from Bethune-Cookman University, number 32, Manny Sofrain.
The big bat of Manny Sofrain steps in the box with 2 outs and a runner on. One oh the count to Sofrain. And that pitch misses inside. 2-0. Sofrain is 0 for 1 on the game. Next pitch catches the outside corner, 2-1. And the pitch is going to get away from the catcher, Leach. That would be a pass ball as Leach just may have been a cross-up. He kind of was in between the position he was holding his glove. Going underhand or normal, but either way, it got past him without hitting the dirt first. Advancing from first to second to Smalley. He's in scoring position, and a hitter's count for Manny Sofrain. He can't lose concentration and give a cookie to this guy because he'll make you pay for it. 2 outs to 3-1. Called strike on the low and inside corner, full count. And the pitch goes inside. Sofrain will walk. Runners on first and second with 2 down.
Let's fielder from Dyersburg State, number 8, Jack Clark.
Jack Clark steps in the box with a couple of runners on the base and a chance to give the Blazers the lead. They trail 2-0. One came across in the bottom of the second, and a run across this inning on the wild pitch scored Macklin. That one's driven to center field and deep. Ranging back is Dunnigan at the wall, and it gets down. An RBI comes across the plate as Smalley scored. Clark kind of stopped running. He thought the ball was going to be caught.
Extra hitter from Gardner.
Runners in the corners with 2 outs, and the Blazers take a 1-run lead. Fortunately, I was cut off and I couldn't see exactly where that ball landed, but it was not caught. Hit off the first bar in the batter's eye in dead center field. Deflected right into the hands of Dunnigan in center field, so he got the ball in quickly. Holding Clark to a deep RBI single. So a 1-run lead for the Boca Raton Blazers after that single from Clark. And that will now bring up Chris McKenna to bat. Struck out in his first at-bat. He's batting .313 on the season. Chance to extend this lead for Boca Raton. See if the Blazers want to put the runner in motion and try to get crafty in the base paths. with runners on first and third. First pitch. Grounded foul, third base side, 0-1. That 0-1 is grounded back. 0-2 now. And Lycus delivers. Ball outside, 2-2. One and two correction. That pitch is waved at and missed, and down swinging is Chris McKenna to end the inning. But not before the Boca Raton Blazers get 2 runs across the plate, one on a wild pitch, one on an RBI single from Clark. They take the lead, 3-2, Boca on top. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Buccaneers coming to bat. Back here live at Little Fenway, 3-2, Blazers on top of the Buccaneers. Drew Knight leads things off for the Bucks. As Boca Raton finds themselves on top for the first time today, as that one's popped up to dead center field. Under it, and making the catch for the first out of the inning on the first pitch is D'Alessandro. That'll bring up Tyler Leach to bat, catcher for the Boynton Beach Buccaneers, with 1 out, nobody on. And the first pitch is driven down the left field line, and it will get down and actually bounce off the green monster. Leach rounds first. He's going for 2. The throw comes in. Play at second, and it is going to be no play. Gunned down is Leach, trying to stretch that ball off the wall into a double. 2 away. What a throw from Clark, but that ball was hit so hard it came off the monster quickly. He played it perfectly, and just like the regular green monster, home teams have a little bit of an advantage. They're used to playing the ball off that big wall. That time it hurt the slower running Leach as he's gunned down. First pitch Looking at a ball to Hunter, 1-0. That pitch is grounded to second base. Instead of Sofran gloving it and fielding his position as Rothbaum steps in the bag, and that will end the inning. A quick 1-2-3 inning that time for the Blazers, and that will send us to the bottom half of the fourth. It's still 3-2 Boca. And we're back here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Blazers at bat. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to the left side. At third, the throw across the diamond is in time to get Picone for the first out of the inning.
Designated hitter from St. John's University, number 38, Joe Durso.
Joe Durso now steps in the box after that one pitch, one out ground out for Picone. Brown made quick work at third base. And now Durso steps in the box. A little bit cold as of lately. Tries to turn things around here with one out and nobody on. Likis' first pitch to him is inside, 1-0. And this time of year, a lot of the time, playoff comes down to pitching. Who has enough arms to not only set them up for a good postseason seeding, that pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1, but to last throughout the playoffs. One out and a 1-1 count here to Durso now. Matt Likis delivers outside, 2-1. As I mentioned before, as it stands currently, the Buccaneers would be the 2 seed in the playoffs, second to only the Delray Beach Lightning. Ground ball foul at the third base line. 2-2. And just behind them would be the Boca Raton Blazers as the 3 seed. Then you'd have the Florida Pokers, Palm Beach Extreme, and then the West Boca Snappers. The 2-2. Outside. 3-2. And the full count delivery freezes Durso, and he is sat down looking. 2 away. Curveball that time broke away from Durso and found the top right corner of the strike zone to send him down looking. Here is now left-handed batting Blake Pitts in the box. With 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch. Outside, 1-0. Now with 2 outs, the 1-0 pitch is grounded to first. But it gets past and leaks into right field. Pitts rounds first. He's got a lot of speed, and he goes to second easily, standing up with a double. 2 outs, and now a runner in scoring position.
Center fielder from Fairleigh Dickinson University, number 4, Max DiLisandro.
Max DiLisandro steps in the box. He's had an eventful day in center field. A lot of balls hit out there in just these couple of innings of work. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Max. First pitch to him is in there, called a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 catches the low and inside corner, 0-2. Blake Pitts, of course, has a lot of speed, as I mentioned before, on second base, so a base hit could likely double the lead for the Blazers. The 0-2. Waved at and missed. How about that bounce back from Likas picking up his first baseman? We head along to the top of the 5th. Bucks coming to bat. They trail by 1.
University, number 35, Andrew Brown.
Andrew Brown now steps in the box to lead things off here in the top of the 5th. Buccaneers coming to bat, trailing by 1. Still waiting on the umpires to come on through. Getting a hydration break. It is hot in South Florida these last couple of weeks. It'll test you for sure. And umpires going with the white attire today. I want to absorb as many sun rays, and it's not nighttime, so the bugs won't get attracted to you. Smart move. First pitch to Brown's outside, 1-0 to the third baseman for Boynton Beach. That 1-0 pitch is chopped to short. Yakome throws to first in time for the first out of the inning. One away.
Davidson College, number 12, Jake Dunnigan.
Brings up Jake Dunnigan to the box. Dunnigan's playing center field today for Boynton Beach, and he was involved in that RBI single for Clark, as that's a bunt, but it's fouled back, 0-1. That RBI single for Clark that went to dead center field, hit the batter's eye, and came back into play. He held Clark to just a single. See what we can do in the batter's box here. 1 out, nobody on. Rothbaum still on the mound for the Blazers. That pitch is waved at and missed. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Waved at and missed. Dunnigan down swinging for the second out of the inning. And after some defensive issues hurt Rothbaum in the top of the second, the defense is starting to help him in the third and fourth. Not in the past two batters, but before that. He's buckling back down and is only throwing he's throwing 55 pitches, 2 outs into the fifth. That one's popped up and out of play. Make it pitch number 56. Two outs and an 0-1 count. As Rothbaum deals. Half swinging to go around. Yes, he did. 0-2 now the count. J.R. Bozek in the box for Boynton Beach. He's 0 for 1 today. And Rothbaum deals. Ground ball off the plate and off the batter. He'll stay in the box. Scattered clouds across the sky. One misses, 1-2 now the count. A little bit of chance of thunderstorms, but it's summer in July in South Florida, so there'll always be a chance, but they're later tonight. About a 40-30% chance, 7, 8 p.m. It's a good thing this game's being played early. Don't have to worry about that right now. 2-2 the count now. The lefty Rothbaum sets, and his pitch misses low and inside. The count is worked to full. Nobody on base. The 3-2 pitch. Popped him up. Right center field. Ranging under it. To make the catch in right field is Clark to end the inning. That'll send us to the bottom of the fifth. We're halfway through it here at Little Fenway. 3-2. Blazers lead.
Blazers, the catcher from Mount St. Vincent, number 12, Jason Albert.
Jason Albert steps in the box to get us started in the second half of this game. Bottom of the fifth we go. Blazers lead 3-2. First pitch is fouled back. 0-1 to Albert. Albert is 1 for 1 with a double last inning, or last at bat. Next pitch misses high. 1-1. And Likas delivers the 1-1. That's waved and a missed. 1-2 now. Told you the Extreme and the Buccaneers square off tonight, so Boynton Beach will have to turn around, win or loss, and get back into it at Spanish River High School. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike three. Nasty movement that time for Likas for the first out of the inning. In tomorrow's action for both these teams, be a 2 o'clock start at Kaiser University between the Boynton Beach Buccaneers and the West Palm Beach Knights. The Blazers will be on the road playing at 10 a.m. They'll face the Florida Pokers, also at Kaiser. So if you want to watch some SFCBL baseball, Kaiser's the place to be. That one's waved at and missed. 0-1 the count to Carlos Yacome. A 1 pitch misses inside. 1-1. And Likas' 1-1 pitch is grounded the right side. At second, Bozek throws to first for the second out of the inning.
Third baseman from Mississippi State University, number 29, Pip Smalley.
That brings up Pip Smalley to bat. With nobody on, 2 outs, trying to kickstart a 2-out rally. And the first pitch to Pip misses high, 1-0. That's cut on and missed, 1-1 now. Two outs to 1-1, misses low and outside, 2-1. Likas' 2-1 pitch is blooped right side at first, ranging over. The ball's going to find the turf. No one's at first base, so it's going to be an infield single for Pip Smalley. How about that hustle from Pip to beat it out? Ranging over at first base, trying to catch that ball on the fly was Knight, but he couldn't get there. By no fault of his own, it was just out of his reach. So then Bozek fielded it at second. Likas was a little bit late getting over, so Pip beat it out for an infield single. Runner on first base with 2 down. That's Manuel Sofrain in the box. First pitch is fouled away. 0-1. Bat goes thrown over the Bucks dugout and bounces back into foul to ground. Behind 0-2 now is Sofrain as he gets his lumber back. As I mentioned before, coming into this game, Sofrain only had 24 at-bats, but he's got 3 home runs on the season. You look at the numbers in Major League Baseball, kind of at-bats per home run. The best in the league right now is Aaron Judge with just under 10 at-bats per home run, but he's been out for a month or so. Then, of course, Shohei Ohtani is in second in that category with just over 10 at-bats per home run. So for Sofrain to have 3 home runs in 24 at-bats, that says a lot about his power here in South Florida. 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch. Waved at and missed. That time, Likas gets him swinging to end the inning. To the top of the 6th we go. It's the Buccaneers coming to bat. They trail 3-2 live at Little Fenway. And we're back here live at Little Fenway, 3-2. It's the Boca Raton Blazers on top of the Boynton Beach Buccaneers. MJ Hunter steps in the box to lead things off in the top of the 6th. Brand new pitcher on the mound for the Blazers as Rostock deals a strike, 0-1. And Rostock's 0-1. That'll miss outside, 1-1. Kyle Rostock's from Miami. Hometown, that is. And he deals a 1-1 pitch here. It's waved at and missed. 1-2 now the count to MJ Hunter. He goes to Barry University where he's a freshman. This summer, not too shabby whatsoever for the young man. 3.21 ERA in 14 innings pitched. And Rostock's 1-2 with outside, 2-2. And when these younger players, maybe rising freshmen, enter the SFCBL, they're playing much older guys who are at the top of their game, and they're told they're probably going to struggle. But that's good. 2-2. Popped up. At second base, Pacone loses it, so instead, calling it is Pitts in right for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder from Lehigh University, number 8, Ryan Cochran.
Ryan Cochran now steps in the box with 1 out, nobody on. And the first pitch to him misses inside, 1-0. Pitch is fouled back, 1-1. Pitch misses low and inside, 2-1. That'll get the call on the bottom part of the zone. 2-2 now, the count to Cochran. Ryan is 1 for 2 today. Two and two the count, 1 out, nobody on base here in the top of the 6th. 3-2 the lead for the Blazers as Rostock delivers. That one's driven to left field and deep. Going back at the wall, hits off the top of the monster and bounces into play. Cochran goes to second, and he's in there safely with a 1-out double. That ball was absolutely clobbered to left. I think that this time the monster kept the ball in. With a regular sized fence, that ball might have been gone because it was hit a laser to left field. Romand now steps in the box with the runner on second. That's a tying run. First pitch in the dirt for a ball. Lost for a second, but Albert quickly gathers it. 1-0. Romand coming into this game batting .311 with 9 RBIs on the season. He's 0 for 2 today. 1 out, runner in scoring position. The 1-0 is grounded straight back. Just got a piece of it. 1-1. Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday morning matchup between two teams that are at the top of the standings and are in a playoff position in the SFCBL North. Both of them just below the Delray Beach Lightning. But you can't take your foot off the gas and fall out of playoff position this late in the season. That pitch is waved at and missed. Rostock fooled Romand that time. 1-2 the count. Just absolutely handcuffed the left-hander. And Kyle Rostock can kind of do whatever he wants here. And the pitch. Missing a little bit high. 2-2. Little Fenway has a rare, quiet week. 2 weekdays this week that will not have any games. Tuesday and Thursday. The 2-2. Missing low and outside. 3-2. With 1 out, the 3-2 pitch. Misses low and outside to put the go-ahead run on base. Runners on first and second with 1 out.
Extra hitter from New Jersey Tech, number 4, Cade Laidhoff.
We are in the teeth of this Buccaneer order as Laidhoff steps in the box. Cade Laidhoff batting .356 this season. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch to him is popped up. Straight back and out of play. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is drilled foul down the third base line. Now behind 0-2 is Laidhoff. Blazers would love a ground ball to short or second to double up the Bucks, get out of the inning. That would be pitcher's best friend for Rostock. We'll see if what he can get. And the 0-2. Popped him up behind the plate. Pardon me, it goes to short right field. I don't know what I saw that time, but ranging in and making the catch is Pitts for the second out of the inning. I think you saw what I saw back at home. Albert threw the mask up and looked up in the air. I kind of saw the same thing he did. But the out is recorded no matter what, as Pitts made the play in short right. 2 outs. That pitch is driven deep to left field, going back at the track, and that one is gone. It is a 3-run home run for Drew Knight, tipping this game on its head. Bucks on top by 2 after the 3-run shot. Absolute no-doubter down the line in left field. It was only a matter if it was going to be fair or foul, and that was fair by about 10 feet. Conquering the monster.
From University of Delaware, number 40, Tyler Leach.
With 2 outs and 2 on, Knight leaves the yard to turn a 1-run deficit into a 2-run lead. First pitch is offered at, and it's going to be a strike. 0-1 the count to Tyler Leach. The 0-1's outside, 1-1. One pitch misses inside, 2-1. Two-one pitch misses outside. Hitters counting here for Leach. As young Kyle Rostock needs to buckle back down and shake it off as he delivers the 3-1. That one's grounded. Fair ball down the third base line, and that could be extra bases. It bounces off the fence on that third base line. Easily at second. This time is Leach. Remember, he got thrown out at second trying to stretch a ball off the Green Monster from a single to a double. But that time it was no question. The ball gets in eventually, and Leach is at second. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position still for the Buccaneers. As Nelfi Lopez digs in now. First pitch is taken for a ball. 1-0. Pitch is grounded to the first base line. Manny Sofrain gloves it, flips it to Rostock, who steps in the bag to get out of the inning, but not before batting down the hatches. How about the Boynton Beach Buccaneers slugger Drew Knight with a go-ahead 3-run home run to put Boynton Beach on top, 5-3 over the Blazers as we head to the bottom half of the 6th.
for the Blazers.
And to the bottom half of the sixth we go. Blazers with the work cut out for them. They've already trailed by 2 once in this game, heading into the bottom half of the second inning, trailing 2-0. But once again, they find themselves down by a pair of runs after the Drew Knight 3-run home run. New pitcher on the mound for the Buccaneers. He deals a ball high, 1-0. On the mound is Mateo Gravano, who's been very sharp this season through 11 1/3 innings pitched, a 2.38 ERA. This pitch to Clark is in there for a strike, 1-1. This game was really a pitcher's duel. Defensive miscue here and there. Had a couple runs across the plate as that one's driven to right field and deep. Ranging back at the track and making the catch on the run in center was Dunnigan. Center fielder went to the gap, Jake Dunnigan, and made the catch in right center field for the first out of the inning. Clark really gave that one a ride. He's been squaring the baseball very nicely in this game, but that time didn't get enough of it. 1 down. Brings up right-handed batting, Chris McKenna. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Is foul tipped into the catcher's mitt of Leach, 1-1. That pitch misses low, 2-1. Another hot one here in South Florida. Playing this game a little bit earlier. Gets a break from the heat as that one's lifted to right center field. Once again, you'll have Dunnigan in right. That's an easier catch to make, and he does make the play for the second out of the inning.
Second baseman from Adelphi University, number 3, C.J. Picone.
Second baseman C.J. Picone steps into the box. Batting from the right side of the plate with 2 outs, nobody on. Blazers trying to mount a 2-out rally. And the first pitch to Picone is inside, 1-0. Thank you so much for tuning in to SFCBL Baseball on this Monday morning. That pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1. And the 1-1. Popped foul and out of play to the right side, 1-2. Again, these are 2 teams jostling for playoff seeding. 2-seed Buccaneers versus the 3-seed Blazers. The 1-2 pitch is driven to right center field, and it's going to dunk in for a base hit. Picone's on first base with 2 outs.
Designated hitter from St. John's University, number 38, Joe Durso.
So Durso now steps into the box with a runner on and 2 down. He is a home run threat. Hasn't really showed off all of his power so far this summer. But that right-handed swing can take advantage of the monster. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. You can get the right launch angle. You don't have to hit it too far. You just got to get it over that beast in left. That pitch is inside. 1-1. Scooting out of the way was Durso. As I mentioned, Durso has power. Only has 1 home run this season, though. It did came. Put a ball over the monster and left in this ballpark. The 1-1. It's inside. 2-1. Gravano, the right-hander, sets, and is 2-1. His line right back where it came from. It's a base hit up the middle to put runners on first and second with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting that time for Durso. It was an off-speed pitch that he tracked all the way and got the barrel on the ball.
Right fielder from University of San Francisco, number 11, Blake Pitts.
Blake Pitts now steps into the box with a chance to cut the deficit a little bit here. First pitch is popped up and out of play. 0-1. Pitts is 1 for 2 today. Had a double down the right field line his last at bat. And no doubt about it, the Blazers would love that right now. The 0-1 catches the low and outside corner. 0-2 now. Gravano ahead. Max D'Alessandro on deck. That's Braden Macklin and Carlos Giacome. With 2 outs, the 0-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. Pitts stays alive. As he went down and just got a piece of that one. Good pitch that time for Gravano. The 0-2. Cut on and miss. Gravano strikes out Pitts to send us to the top of the 7th. Bucks coming to bat. They lead by 2, live at Little Fenway. Back here at Little Fenway, Rostock's first pitch of the inning to Brown misses outside, 1-0. Kyle Rostock still on the mound after a rough top of the 6th. His second pitch in the top of the 7th misses outside, 2-0. When I say rough top of the 6th, there really was one big mistake to Drew Knight that made him pay. 2-0 misses low, 3-0 the count now to Brown. Andrew Brown's 0 for 2 today, and 283 on the season. And the 3-0, that'll find the zone, 3-1. Next pitch is lined foul and out of play. 3-2. Three-two pitch is fouled away once again. Brown stays alive. Another payoff pitch. That one's grounded at a shortstop. Yakome gloves, throws to first, and it's in time for the first out of the top of the seventh.
Davidson College, number 12, Jake Dunnigan.
So Brown's retired on the ground out to short. Jake Dunnigan now steps into the box. He looks at a pitch low and inside, 1-0. Other action around the league. Currently in the top of the fourth inning, the Lightning lead the Florida Pokers 1-0. And in the top of the third, the Knights lead the Barracudas 1-0. They're at Santa Lucius. Lefty on lefty here as that pitch is waved at and missed. 1-2. That pitch is grounded to right side. At second, the ball is gloved by Picone. Quick throw to first, and just in time to get the speedy runner. As it looked close there, closer than you would have thought, as Dunnigan was beating it down that first base line, but he got in there safely. Got there, he not this safely. He was Picone made the play for the second out of the inning. First pitch is going to be an 0-1 count. It's cut on and missed. And with 2 outs, nobody on, the 0-1. Goes straight to the backstop. Ball, 1-1. J.R. Bozek, today's second baseman for the Bucs, is in the box. He's 0 for 2 so far. Two outs, the 1-1. Fouled back, 1-2. And Rostock delivers the 1-2. In the dirt for ball 2. Hopscotching out of the way that time was Bozek, who's having a little bit of a struggle offensively so far this season, 4 for 47. Rostock deals the 2-2. Waved at and missed. And that won the inning. A 1-2-3 frame in the top of the 7th for Rostock. A big bounce back will send us to the bottom half of the 7th. We'll stretch here live at Little Fenway. It's 5-3. Bucs on top.
Fairleigh Dickinson University, number 4, Max DiLasandro.
To the bottom half of the 7th we go. 5-3, Bucks on top. Blazers at bat. Max DiLasandro steps into the box on the first pitch from Gravano, misses high, 1-0. Next pitch misses inside, 2-0. Second inning of work for Mateo Gravano as he delivers the 2-0. That'll catch low and outside corner, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, waved at and missed, 2-2. As DiLasandro climbed the ladder, but came up empty. Two. In the dirt for a ball, full count. Three-two. Waved it and missed. Gravano strikes out DiLasandro for the first out of the inning.
Catcher from Mount St. Vincent, number 12, Jason Albert.
That'll bring up Jason Albert to bat. One out, nobody on. Albert's the 10 batter in this lineup, so the Blazers will have their top of the order on deck as Giacomo in the circle. First pitched outside, 1-0. Fun ball game, quick pace, but a lot of offense. That pitch is grounded off the leg of Albert. Foul ball, 1-1. You know, with 7 hits, 5 runs for the Bucks, 8 hits, 3 runs for the Blazers. The game started about 5 to 10 minutes late. 1-1. Waved at and missed. Albert falls behind, 1-2. And Gravano wheels and deals the 1-2. Low for a ball, 2-2. With 1 out, the 2-2 pitch misses low, full count. Got some action in the Blazers bullpen right now. Could be just routine throwing for pitchers trying to get their work in, or could mean something for next inning. Called, strike 3, and Albert is down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mateo Gravano.
Stop from Stetson University, number 2, Carlos Giacomo.
Here is Carlos Giacomo to bat now. Top of the order for the Blazers. As for all we know, this could be the last time we see this top of the order come to bat. Only 7 more outs to work with for the Blazer offense to try to crawl out of this 2-run deficit. First pitch misses inside, 1-0 the count to Giacomo. Next pitch is popped up. Short left field, ranging in, under it, and making the catch is MJ Hunter to end the inning. And Giacomo just groaned as soon as that ball came off the bat. He knew he missed it. And that will send us to the top of the 8th inning. Buccaneers coming to bat. They lead by 2, live at Little Fenway. Back here live at Little Fenway, top of the 8th inning we go. Buccaneers on top by 2, and they come to bat, squaring off against a new pitcher for the Boca Raton Blazers. Jonathan Velasquez, tall senior right-hander, sets, and his first pitch of the outing is in there. Inside corner for a strike, 0-1 in. Hunter didn't like the call. They had to dig back in and adjust to the zone. And Velasquez delivers the 0-1. Cut on a miss. The heater, 0-2 now. Velasquez this season, 19 innings pitched, 24 strikeouts, and a 4.26 ERA. And the 0-2. Wasted foul on the right field line towards the Bucs bullpen. Hunter stays alive. MJ Hunter having a good season so far. Batting .280. And the 0-2 again. That one's grounded back. He stays in there. Top of the 8th inning. Bucs trying to pad their lead. Velasquez sets. He delivers the 0-2 to Hunter. Cut on and missed. 1 up, 1 down for Velasquez.
Great fielder from Lehigh University, number 8, Ryan Cochran.
So Hunter strikes out. Here's Ryan Cochran now to bat, the 2-batter in the Buccaneers lineup. Cochran having a great day so far. He is 2 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch is in there for a call and strike, 0-1. And that pitch misses inside, 1-1. Next pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Movement in the Buccaneers bullpen. See if they make a change on the mound next inning. That ball misses low, 3-1. That'll catch the zone to fill the count. 3-2 here to Ryan Cochran. And time is called verbal that time. You could actually hear from here. Cochran wanted to shake it off and get back in the box. Wasn't feeling quite comfortable. With 1 out, Velasquez delivers the 3-2. Cut on and missed. 2 up, 2 down, both via the swinging strikeout. Strikeout number 26 this season for Velasquez. Here is Frankie Romand coming to bat now. Romand is 0 for 2 today. Has a run scored after he walked, and he also struck out. And the first pitch to the lefty Romand is outside, 1-0. And the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Next pitch misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes for Frankie Romand. Got a miss outside. A 4-pitch walk will put runners on first base with 2 down.
Extra hitter from New Jersey Tech, number 4, Cade Laidhoff.
Bring Cade Laidhoff to dish. Due up in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Blazers offensively. It'll be Pip Smalley, Manny Sofrain, and Jack Clark. That'd be a good chance for them to try to get back into this ball game. They trail by 2. But first, they got to get there. As Velasquez deals a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 is grounded foul down the third base line. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Called strike 3. Velasquez strikes out 3 batters to send us to the bottom of the 8th. Blazers coming to bat. It'll be their 2, 3, 4 of the lineup. Don't miss it. Bottom of the 8th we go. Blazers coming to bat. There'll be the 2, 3, 4 of the rotor. Smalley, Sofrain, and Clark. Boca trails by 2. And the first pitch from a side winding right-hander is in there for a strike. 0-1. New pitcher on the mound for the Bucks is Ryan Conover from Hamilton, New Jersey. As Conover is 0-1. Slows it down. Changeup called strike 2. Conover goes to Mercer University where he's a sophomore. And Smalley's behind 0-2 in the count. That pitch misses outside. 1-2. One-two pitch. Popped him up. Short right field. That looks like it's going to be a foul ground. That ball lands just foul in right field. Smalley would have had a cheap, easy extra base hit if that was maybe a foot to the left. It was in no man's land. But he'll have to settle for new life in this at-bat. 1-2 the count. Smalley digs back in. As Conover shakes off the first sign, he likes the second. We'll see what comes. The 1-2 pitch. Inside. 2-2. Looks like the change that time. And Conover, like while the ball was mid-flight, gave a little bit of a grunt as he didn't really like how it came off his fingertips. Counts even at 2-2. The pitch. Called strike 3. Conover paints the inside low corner to free Smalley. And Smalley's now 1 for 3 today, first out of the inning. That brings up first baseman for the Blazers, Manny Sofrain to bat. First pitch takes off speed for a strike, 0-1. Manny Sofrain is 0 for 2 today. Pitch to him here is waved at and missed. Maybe got a piece of it, but it's a foul tip into the mitt of Leach. 0-2 the count. And the pitch from Conover. Fouled back. How about this season for Ryan Conover for the Boynton Beach Buccaneers? 12 2/3 innings pitched coming into this game. 10 strikeouts, a .71 ERA. As that one rides inside, it hits Sofrain on the hands. Just grazed him, maybe. Box has an RBI single in this game. Last time he came to the bat, he drove one at the right center field gap, but got an extra base hit stolen from him. First pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner, and if Conover can hit that spot consistently, tough sledding ahead for the Blazers offense. That pitch is grounded fouled on the first base line. Now behind 0-2 is Clark. Conover faced this very same Blazers lineup on July 1st and on June 22nd, and June 9th. So he's seen these guys quite a bit of times. As the 0-2 pitch, off speed, just misses off the plate. 1-2. And Clark kind of held his breath. That looked a whole lot like the first strike called in this at-bat. But here's a 1-2 pitch from Conover. Ground ball fouled on the first base line once again. He stays alive. Runner on first with 1 out and a 1-2 count. As Clark's really digging into the box that has seen a lot of moisture the last couple of days. The 1-2. Waved at and missed in the dirt. Strike 3, Clark down on strikes. Chased it in the dirt but came up empty. 2 outs and a runner on.
Extra hitter from Gardner-Webb University, number 6, Chris
Chris McKenna now steps into the box. He is the tying run. First pitch swinging, foul ball. And the 0-1. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Behind 0-2 now is McKenna after he could not check his swing. Right-handed reliever Conover delivers. Outside and goes to the backstop. That's going to allow the runner at first, so Frayne, to go to second. Manny Sofrain reached on the hit-by pitch. So if McKenna can dunk one into the outfield here, the Blazers could possibly cheaply cut this lead in half. But easier said than done against Conover. 2 outs and a 1-2 count. The pitch. Check swing. He didn't go around. It's taken inside. Count evens up at 2-2. Good game going here at Little Fenway on a Monday morning. Teams jostling for playoff position. The 2-2 pitch. Inside, the count is now full. So Frayne will be moving on contact. Not a speed threat, so every little bit helps when trying to get that run home from second base. The 3-2. Line drive fouled in the third base line. We'll do it again. This is the 10th appearance this season for the SSCBL with Ryan Conover. All relief outings between 1 and 2 innings each time. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Conover freezes McKenna to end the inning. We head to the top of the 9th. Bucks coming to bat. They lead by 2. Here live at Little Fenway. the top of the ninth we go. Buccaneers coming to bat. They lead by 2. And Drew Knight steps into the box. Last time he came up, he flipped the game on its head. A go-ahead 3-run home run over the monster in left field to turn a 1-run deficit into a 2-run lead for Boynton Beach. He's facing Velasquez now as the first pitch there is check swing, and it hit the batter and it hit the umpire. So we've got 2 men down on 1 pitch. And Knight's going to take his base. A runner on with nobody out. And now the umpire is going to talk about it, whether or not this was a swing or not. And just seeing a shake of the head, and they're just going to leave it as a hit by pitch. Whether or not that was a foul ball also in question, but quickly dismissed by the base umpire. Because behind the plate, that ball deflected off the batter, then off the home plate ump. So he kind of went into survival mode for a second and didn't quite see the end of the play. After a quick conversation back and forth, all is settled. Runner on with nobody out. Pitch here misses inside, 1-0. In the box for the Bucs is Tyler Leach. Leach having a good day offensively, 2 for 3. Although on one of those, he got gunned down trying to stretch a single into a double. And the 1-0's inside, 2-0. Velasquez's 2-0 pitch is called a strike, 2-1, whether it was on the swing or in the zone. Either way, it's still a 2-1 count. Kind of a late reaction there. And from the stretch, the 2-1 pitch. Runner thought about going, took 2 hard steps, but then Drew Knight returned to the bag. It's inside. 3-1 now the count. And the 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. First 2 men reach for the Bucs.
Shortstop from Stetson University, number 32, Nelfi Lopez.
Brings up Nelfi Lopez to bat. A couple of runners on as the Bucs try to pad their lead. Courtesy runner comes on to first base for the Bucs. It's going to be Luke Russo, providing a little bit of wheels as the trailing runner. Lopez is 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to him here is waved at and missed. 0-1. Lopez tried to put the brakes on that swing halfway through it, but unfortunately for him, he couldn't. And the 0-1 called strike, 0-2. That pitch misses outside, 1-2. And quick pitcher-catcher conversation will pause this game momentarily. A big thank you goes out to Dr. G's Urgent Care Clinic for sponsoring this season. Dr. G's Urgent Care specializes in urgent care services, injuries, illness treatments, physical exams, occupational medicine, and pediatric urgent care. They proudly serve the Delray Beach, Coral Springs, Fort Lauderdale, Lake Worth, and Deerfield Beach areas. For more information, call them today, 561-330-9363. They're open 7 days a week. Walk in today to Dr. G's Urgent Care. No appointment necessary, no wait. The 1-2 is lined right side and through for a base hit. The run does not come around from third. Staying at third base is Drew Knight, and the bases are now loaded.
From Rutgers University, number 35, Andrew Brown.
Brings up Andrew Brown to bat. Buccaneers can give some run support for their relief pitching staff and relieve some of the stress of what currently is a 2-run game. Pitch misses for a ball, 1-0 to Brown. Bases loaded, nobody out. Velasquez has work cut out for him. Pitch. Curveball's waved at and missed. 1-1. Right now, the infield is in on the corners, so ball hit to third, Pip Smalley, or first to Manuel Sofrain. They're going to come home with it. Middle infielders, not quite. Pacone and Yakome are halfway. Pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2, because you're halfway thinking up the middle, you might trade 2 outs for a run. You know your offense can do some work, but it's late here no matter what. So they're not fully committing to being on the grass at the middle infield. The 1-2. Ground ball to first, so Frain's going to come home. He gets 1 out at the plate, throw to first, and it's going to go into right field. 1 run scores. Throw goes into second, and Brown is safe there.
Center fielder from Davidson College, number 12, Jake Dunnigan.
So they get 1 out, but Albert's throw to first was probably an ill-advised one. There really wasn't a play to be made. And it's now 6-3 Bucks. Cutting across to cover the bag with second baseman Pacone. And now the infield comes all the way in. First pitch here is outside, 1-0. And the 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. That's where it's difficult for a catcher too. Your throw has to be on point for even a chance at that play when you have a second baseman cutting from his position to cover the bag at first. If you throw it behind him, that ball is gone into the outfield. That one's cut on and missed. Chasing that high pitch that time was Dunnigan. He's behind 1-2. And the pitch in the dirt for a ball, blocked by Albert, 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Popped foul ground off third base. Smalley makes the catch. The basket catch made in foul ground. Off screen, he makes the play for the second out of the inning. That looked like he had no chance, especially with the infield in. Smalley has his feet on the grass. So when that ball's popped up, he kind of caught it about 10 feet away from his dugout. Play made, 2 down. That pitch is fouled away. First base side foul ground, so Frain will give it a look, but it lands over the fence. Foul. In the box now was J.R. Bozek, second baseman for the Bucks. He takes a strike that time. 0-2. One run come across the plate. There are now 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Yakome gloves it. Throws across diamond. And it's in time to get Bozek to end the inning. So all things considered, bases loaded, nobody out for Velasquez. He gets out of the inning, only allowing 1 run to come across the plate. And it was via the error. So we head to the bottom of the 9th. 3-run lead for the Bucks. 3 outs remaining for the Blazers. Last licks coming up, live at Little Fenway.
From Adelphi University, number 3, C.J. Pacone.
C.J. Pacone steps in the box. The Blazers down to their final 3 outs. Still Ryan Conover on the mound, and his first pitch of the inning misses inside, 1-0. Second inning of work for Ryan Conover. 3-run lead for Boynton Beach. The 1-0 is popped up, foul ground on the right side. Under it at first base, and making the catch for the first out of the inning is Drew Knight.
Designated hitter from St. John's University, number 38, Joe Durso.
So 1 away, here's Joe Durso to bat. Blazers down to their final 2 outs now. First pitch misses for a ball to Durso, 1-0. Both teams with 8 hits. Difference in the game is the Drew Knight 3-run home run in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. That turned a 1-run deficit to a 2-run lead for the Bucks, and they've since tacked on a run on the E2 in the top of the 9th inning you just saw. The 1-1 misses low, 2-1. That one's fouled back. 2-2 now. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're a Blazers fan or if you're a Buccaneers fan. And if you could also subscribe to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League YouTube channel. That's where we're going to see a lot of playoff games and the All-Star game coming up on Sunday. We'll also be broadcasting to you the Home Run Derby. Should be a great day at Little Fenway on Sunday. Two count to Durso. 1 out, nobody on base for the Blazers offense on their last gasp effort. 2-2 from Conover. Curveballs waved at him, missed. 2 away.
Right fielder from University of San Francisco, number 11, Blake Pitts.
So Boca Raton's down to their final out here. Blake Pitts, the lefty, steps into the box. Nobody on, 2 down. 3-run deficit for the Blazers. First pitch. Takes a strike, 0-1. Pitts is 1 for 3 today, had a double down the right field line in his second at-bat. The 0-1 is grounded foul. And now down to their final strike. Conover shakes off the first sign. He deals the 0-2. In the dirt for a ball, 1-2. With 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch. Waved at him, missed. Strike 3. Pitts down on strikes, and that will end the ball game. How about that relief performance from Conover? 5 strikeouts, 6 batters faced. Final score, it's the Boynton Beach Buccaneers 6, the Boca Raton Blazers 3. And before we sign off, a big thank you to all of the sponsors that make this league and these broadcasts possible. The South Florida Wing Bash, the Palm Beach County Sports Commission, Visit the Palm Beaches, Atlantis, Bahamas, Hampton Inn of Delray Beach, Loop the App, Harris Pompano Beach, Dr. G's Urgent Care, Jed Lawyers, Point Streak Sports, Geller Roofing, and Sonesta Select of Boca Raton. Have a great Monday, and we'll catch you next time, live from Little Fenway.